All right.
Yes, I was just wondering, on what basis do you say that use of force is wrong? Not that I disagree with you, but I'm just wondering what is the underlying foundation for the statement that use of force is wrong?
That's a good question. Because wrong or right is a subjective term. And you can go back philosophically and say, well, it's wrong because of this, that, or the other moral philosophy, but it ultimately comes down to a matter of preference. So we are expressing preference for nonviolence. We are expressing preference for capitalist free trade as opposed to violent trade. We are expressing a preference for love-making over rape. And you can analyze all of those things philosophically till the end of time and actually hone down philosophically, well, what preference is it based on some objective standard of what is good that is my preference for love-making versus rape, you know, for free trade versus theft, for cooperation versus coercion. But it still ultimately comes down to what is ultimately a subjective preference of what humanity decides is good and what we want. But if you believe in prosperity, if you want that ideal of yourself to be respected, then it's because you have correct me if I'm wrong, but by being a human being who lives and breathes, you're expressing a preference for living. And by doing that, you're expressing a claim of self-ownership. As a human will, making the choice to live and take in another breath, you're actually exercising that self-ownership. And in and of itself, the act of being a human being alive, simply in and of itself, has the implication that the initiation of force is morally wrong.
Well, first of all, how could I correct you if you were wrong, if wrong and right are really subjective? But second of all...
You can't. The market will correct you. By the way, and that's funny, but it's true. The market will correct you because I believe that the market has a similar preference to me. But how many libertarians does it take to screw in a light bulb? None. The market will take care of it. Sorry, to cut off your serious question.
But then second of all, I'm not expressing a preference if if we are an evolutionary product. I'm just reacting to my environment. This is not a choice. This is not a preference. It's just what was, I guess you could say, forced upon me by my environment.
Your existence was forced upon you by your environment.
I have no choice that I exist.
Sure. You have a choice to continue to exist, you know?
Yes, but I'm not going to force myself to exist or not to exist.
But you make the choice every day, with every breath,
no, but
to continue to exist.
Basically, I'm just trying to establish that there has, if we're going to say that non-aggressionism is the way to go, we have to establish that being aggressive is actually wrong. Because if it's not wrong, well then why fight it? And whoever can have the most powerful argument and use the most forceful argument will win. And if we can't say this is right or they are wrong, then we have no force behind our argument.
That's a great point. I really appreciate that.